Good evening everyone, my name's Cliff and welcome back to my channel. This is Cliff's Dark Gems. If you're new here, sit back, relax and enjoy the show. Because tonight I'm going to do my top 10 horror covers plus some special mentions. Stay tuned. Okay, so welcome to a very hot, humid, almost summer evening here in South Africa, and I definitely need a new haircut, people. And speaking of which, my sister-in-law is on her way here, the family coming to visit on Thursday, and she's almost like as good as a hairdresser, so I'm going to get a decent haircut very soon. But yeah, tonight we're going to do a response video to Ben from Grammaticus Books, who did a top 10 book covers video. And it's not a tag, but a lot of booktubers have done kind of a response video, so this is going to be mine, where I'm going to concentrate mostly on horror. And I'm going to concentrate mostly on vintage horror, because I think a big thing here is, if you look at book covers and the way they've changed over the years. If you look back at the 70s and 80s, you got book covers that, kind of scream horror. You know, they're original, they're creative, they're bold, and you know, serious love and effort went into the actual cover and the art. Whereas if you look at covers nowadays, it just doesn't happen. I'm going to give an example from Stephen King. This is not the best example, but it's two copies of the same book. So if you look at this cover from Cujo, it's 1980s, I think it's 1981 or 1982. It's a Viking edition. I'm not going to go through all the editions for all the books. But yeah, you can see the horror pop out at you. You can see that this dog is vicious, is rabid. And if you look at that compared to, a sort of 2000 edition Cujo, all you got is a dog stick. Can't see anything. A little tongue coming out of the dog, right? As unfortunately, that's the way that horror novels, the covers have gone, kind of lately, and for other covers as well. And it's not exclusively bad covers. There are actually some really good indie publishers who make some brilliant covers, but a lot of the time you don't even really know if it's a horror novel. You don't know if you're looking at a horror novel. You kind of confuse it with thrillers, and I did a whole video on this and I want you to check it out. I'll put it at the end of the video. And yeah, just how things have become more bland, kind of lacking in inspiration. Not always the case. There are some great modern covers. And I think this is true not just for horror, but other genres as well. I think about science fiction. Think about those early 50s, 60s, 70s. I'm not a big science fiction fan, but yeah, a lot of those covers don't exist anymore, those vintage covers, which is kind of sad. You know, when you go into a bookshop and you're looking for a good horror book, and back in the day, you'd have an exclusive horror section. And yeah, it's bold. Pops out at you, and you just don't get that. Some covers you don't know if it's a horror or thriller. But yeah, that's an entirely different conversation. I'm not going to do that now. We're going to look at my top 10. Okay, first I'm going to give us two special mentions, because these books are not horror, definitely not vintage horror, but I consider them serious eye candy. Very, very attractive covers, and yeah, this is Fairy Tale Stories of the Grim and Gruesome, edited by Stephen Jones. Awesome editor, and yeah, it's just so beautiful, artistic. It's just beautiful to look at, the blend of the different colors, and it is fairly gruesome. You've got the stake, the different colors, and they don't clash. It just presents a aesthetic picture that I really like. So yeah, and the next one is We World. This is possibly my favorite cover, people. I absolutely adore this cover, and I love the attention to detail. You know, it's about a magic carpet that hides a magic world, the seer kind, and just the intricate detail of the cover that actually tells you what this book is about. Yeah, about a carpet, and it's man in the middle, and it's just beautiful to look at. It's just eye candy, and at the back as well. I absolutely love this edition. I love this book. So yeah, those are my special mentions. Okay, on to my top 10, and this is in no specific order. These are just 10 covers that really catch the eye. As I say, in the 70s and 80s, you know, it's horror in the visual and the image almost as much as what's inside. And some of them give you an idea of kind of what the book's about without giving spoilers away, but it shows you something. And yeah, this first one is not that. The cover is freaking awesome. That is the doll who ate his mother. I love this cover. But the cover's got nothing to do with the book. And I enjoyed the book. It's an excellent novel, Ramsey Campbell. But yeah, this creepy as hell cover about this doll coming out of, and you don't even know what it's coming out of. It's like kind of fighting its way out of a womb? No, let's not go there. No, but it looks like it's coming out of some kind of manhole. And what's that around the baby? This little creepy baby. And it's got this menacing look on its face. It looks like kind of dark blood beneath it. And yeah, I'm just, this cover is insane and catches your attention. Like I say, it doesn't really tell the story of the novel. I don't care. It's just perfection in terms of art. It gives you the shivers. So yeah, a doll who ate his mother. And you know the saying, don't judge a book by its cover. Yeah, I picked this book up because of this cover. That is Alligator by Shelley and Paul N. Katz. This is one of the worst books I've read, people. I mean, look at this cover. Look at this alligator. Blood dripping. And the teeth are reddened with blood. And you can actually see that splash. And yeah, it's just like captured its prey. Man or beast, we don't know. But it's a brutal cover. It's so awesome. The artwork is so awesome. It's unfortunately, this book has very little alligator action. And yeah, it's kind of a bore, to be honest. Terrible characters, terrible story. But I'm not going to go into that. Whoever did the artwork for this, yeah, deserves a medal. Certainly made me buy the book. Alligator. Okay, next up we've got another Clive Barker. Yeah, now be warned, this is a graphic cover. That's from the Books of Blood, Volume 4. Yeah, kind of shows anatomy, head being parted with brain showing at the top. It's so visceral. And it's very excellent body horror in the Books of Blood. And so yeah, this is a perfect cover for the book. And doesn't hold back, no hold bar. And that's how it should be sometimes. You know, it reflects the book's content perfectly. Because yeah, Books of Blood is very much body horror and people being ripped apart at times. And yeah, I just love this. It's like something like the anatomy and the look on his face as well. It's like he's enjoying it. He's enjoying being ripped apart. Well, if you've seen Hellraiser, kind of know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Okay, I talked about the exception to the rule. Some modern covers are actually freaking awesome, especially with indie, and in this case, I think it's a self-published author from South Africa, people. And I was gifted this along with 3 other collections of stories. And this is Calvin Demmer, Through the Ravenous Night We Ride. How awesome is that, people? Come on. And you know, I have to actually give credit to the artist here, because yeah, you can see that love went into this cover. I love the horror genre. The cover design by Don Noble. Yeah, it's very much a self-published author, South African author, and you need to check him out, people. He's brilliant. His short stories are really good. And he's got a following on Goodreads, and I can see why. And I've spoken about him a number of times on this channel. But this this art, this creature with the long nails thrown on its head, the whatever on its head, tiara, whatever, and it's, yeah, got no skin. It's just it's like it's been skinned alive. And this woman still got the hair. It's brilliant, people. I love this. This cover speaks to me. Credit to the artist. That is Through the Ravenous Night We Ride. Okay, next up we've got a particularly gruesome cover, people. Headhunter by Michael Slade. Now, yeah, this is more kind of horror adjacent, crime thriller, and yeah, it's this monster that's going around killing women, and you can see what he does with them. And I just love the blue corpse face and the wide staring eyes, and yeah, it's kind of a vicious cover, kind of a vicious novel, and yeah, just love it. And doesn't leave anything to the imagination, but this book is brilliant. It's a whole series. It's a crime series, and it's fantastic. It's Headhunter by Michael Slade. Yeah. Okay, time for another Stephen King cover. This is probably my favorite Stephen King cover. And yeah, it's kind of unusual, but it just speaks to me. And that is 4 Past Midnight by Stephen King in this collection. And yeah, people, it's got that gargoyle in the top corner. You got the clock there, 4 past midnight, and that's exactly how this book is created. I mean, the cover is kind of everything is set in that corner. With the full moon behind it, it's gargoyle creature staring out. It's just absolutely brilliant, and I love it. It's just super creative, original, and yeah, I didn't notice it at first. You see the time, and the gargoyle is placed perfectly at 4 past midnight. And yeah, not a bad collection, not my favourite. I love the Stephen King pick at the back as well, like a lot of these novels. There's a hardcover edition. There, yeah, 4 past midnight. Okay, I couldn't leave this out, people. Scary stories to tell in the dark. 3 books to chill your bones. Severed hand hanging from a rope. And yeah, I mean, it's not just the cover art here. It's the artwork throughout this book that just makes this. I mean, it is just, for a middle grade book, artwork absolutely terrifies. More than the stories often, it just makes this book. And it's fantastic. And yeah, I mean, another one at the back. Read these if you dare. And I don't really read middle grade, but I was very, very happy to get my hands on this beautiful book. So yeah, scary stories to tell in the dark around a campfire. Okay, next up we got Haunted by Jack Palahniuk. I'm always going to butcher that name, sorry people. And this was not my favorite book, but the reason I love this book and the reason I love this cover is because I chose it because it's a step back cover. And yeah, that's just a perfect example of that. Screaming face, and I love that. And yeah, I don't have too many examples of that in my library, so I kind of had to pick this one. But as I say, it's not the greatest. It's not a collection, but it's kind of framed around. It is a collection, but it's kind of disappointing. I didn't enjoy it overall. But it's got a story in it called Guts, which is absolutely freaking disgusting, sickening. It's probably the standout of the book, to be honest. But yeah, that's Haunted. Okay, next up, something a bit more subtle, and I find it gorgeous. We Have Always Lived in the Castle by Shirley Jackson. And yeah, I love the black and white, I love the tones, I love the expressions on the faces, and yeah, it is a wraparound cover. Got the angry townsfolk and you can sense in the front here the vulnerability. Yeah, and shows it to the sisters. Mary Cat, best character ever. Yeah, it's just a perfect cover. Yeah, leering faces, threatening faces behind him, and the sister's arms around his younger sister. But it's just brilliant, and I know I've seen a better cover than this, which I have not got, that I saw in another video I watched. I can't remember the name of the YouTuber, sorry. Actually, the ones that I've watched I'm going to put down below, so you can check them out as well. Because there is an earlier cover that is messed up for this book. But I love this book, people. One of my favourite books of all time. And yeah, I'm just very happy to own the book, even if I don't have the other cover. So yeah, We Have Always Lived in the Castle. Okay, and finally, people, I got The Rising by Brian Keane. Very similar in a way to the, not the Hellraiser, the Clive Barker cover. Kind of anatomy. It's just brutal. I absolutely love it. And if you've read the book, you kind of know where the cover is kind of connected. But also, yeah, credit to the artist. I just think this is wonderful. And yeah, nothing at the back. Just, what, Deadeye Press? I absolutely love this. I love the attention to detail, the anatomy. And if you don't know, it's a zombie novel. But it is a very, very, very original zombie novel. It does something with the whole zombie genre that no one else. I've never read a book like this. And yeah, it's absolutely wonderful. Highly recommend it. And that is The Rising, Brian Keane. Okay everyone, so that's 10 of my favourite horror covers. Hope you enjoyed that. Have you read any of those books? Which covers did you enjoy? And yeah, let me know some of your favourite book covers, and maybe I can check them out. And I'd love to hear from you. Have a conversation with me down in the spaces below. And yeah, people, I said as well that I've got family coming on Thursday. I haven't been posting as much as I usually do. I haven't been engaging with booktube as much as I usually do. It's just getting a bit busy, but I hope to get back to my old self soon. So yeah, take care of yourselves everyone. I hope you're doing well out there, keeping safe. Until next time, keep those pages turning, and cheers.